So there's a story about Michael Jordan playing for $45,000 a hole in golf, which is crazy. We know that Jordan's obviously a legend and loves golf and a big gambler, but Cedric the Entertainer actually told a story where he said he likes to gamble with golf, so there's a whole lot of that. I'm trying to act like I'm a good player. I'm like, hey, maybe $1,000 a hole. I wasn't doing the math, said Cedric. I lost every hole. That's 18 grand. You don't get to just tell the wife it is what it is after that. And then he went on to say, but they were doing, Jordan and who he's playing with, Charles Barkley plays a lot with too. He said they were doing 30 to 45 grand a hole, which is crazy. And at 45 grand a hole, obviously, that means a golfer, by the math, could end up owing 810 grand. Jordan, by the way, is a 1.9 handicap, and Charles Barkley's famously talked as well about Michael Jordan playing for $1,000 a hole. But again, according to Cedric the Entertainer, Jordan can play for 45 grand a hole, and if I had to guess, he's played for more than that as well.
Oh, I 100% agree. He's also just a dog of a competitor, so I certainly
so cool
wouldn't
to play with him.
I wouldn't want to go down that path with him. It's honestly fascinating. Like, you think about how much money Michael Jordan makes. And he still, I think, makes $300 million a year from Nike. He's a billionaire athlete. He makes more than most.
One of the
current
single
athletes.
best decisions of all time was him and his mother saying to Nike, "Well, we want an equity percentage, not just the million." And what that's turned into is just nuts.
It absolutely is. And I would love to say, God, you get money on that level. I still, even if I did have MJ money, I don't know if I'd want to play for $45,000 a hole or whatever. But that is quite literally chump change.
Yeah.
For him. Like that's one of the more remarkable things is that you can go out there and I'm sure it'll be back and forth. Somebody will win one hole, another, and they cancel out, and maybe it's like a couple $100,000 that ends up going, back and forth. But my God, just in one day, maybe to lose $800,000 is just like
the best. Well, but again, with Jordan, he's so competitive. I think it was The Last Dance. Was it Bill Wennington? I forget who said it, but he was talking about on the plane with playing cards, and Michael had said, "Hey, come on over, let's play poker. Get over." And he looked at me and goes, "Michael, I'm not playing for that much money. No way." And he goes, "Well, I don't care. What do you want to play for? You want to play for $1, $2, whatever?" And he's like, "Sure." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. I'll play for $10 or $20, whatever it was." And they played, and Michael won. And after he asked him, he goes, "Michael, why did you even want to play for that less? I know the type of money you play for." And Jordan looked at him and said, I don't care what the money is. I just wanted your money in my pocket, so it doesn't matter the amount. And that's so great. I just want your money in my pocket, and that's so typical Jordan. But obviously, you're right. When you make that much money, what is $100? What is $1,000? What is $100,000? It's all just
it's crazy.
It's sure. I would imagine everyone kind of has their unit in terms of their sweat, so to speak. But with him, I bet you he just, there's guys he probably wants to play with that will put up 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, whatever. But I think he also, just competitive wise, he doesn't care if it's $20, $100, whatever. He just wants to go win.
You gotta find something to keep you interested and keep the fire burning, or if you will. I mean, he's been retired as a basketball player for 20 years. Almost 20 years now.
And he plays golf a ton.
He played with the Wizards, till 2003 maybe, 2002, whatever it was.
Yep.
So you got to find something.
Yeah.
To keep that going. I mean, I totally get it. Now, I would ask you, like, what do you think the average foursome golfer, club member, public, whatever it is, league potentially public or private, what do you think people are even playing for? Like, I'm always someone who just, hey, guys, let's play for a couple of drinks after the round or something like that, like something simple. I don't really care about the number figure or anything like that. And obviously we played with people that are much more into it than others. The Nassau is huge. I think that's the most popular. It seems like every first tee, it's the Nassau 20, front back total press. That's probably the easiest.
2 down press, whatever.
Well, but then it gets so complicated and convoluted.
Right.
Wait. So you pressed on. So that press is closed out, but you pressed again.
Yeah.
It's
and
at a certain point.
There's been apps trying to solve that, but also sometimes people don't want to just be on an app the whole time. But Yeah, it is. It's like a book after figuring out who you won 3 ways to, and inevitably it's one of the best parts about golf. It always comes down to the last couple holes, no matter what,
Right.
and because there's presses and all of that.
Well,
but
a lot of times if you're down, you just try and press your way out of it, and then you end up doubling, tripling, sometimes quadrupling down, and it's like, wait, how much?
Yep.
How much of a swing is this on 18?
Yeah, I think 20. I think 20 is a good unit for a lot of people.
It's fun. It's casual. You're
some
not gonna
guys
get,
will want to do 5,
Right.
some will do 10, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, with presses it can be more.
Sure.
It really all depends, and everyone has different finances, whatever. But I would say, I think 20 is pretty, 20 is pretty standard.
I would agree.
Or people are just playing for the total and it's $20 or something.
Right. There's also too, and I don't know, how it works for you, but I don't need money exchange. I don't need, I'll buy you drinks after, you buy us drinks after.
Sometimes you just want to play
with friends or a certain type of people. I would love to just beat you. I'd love to be the low man today or something like
Right.
that. Just all in good fun, not in a I'm going to get in your face and really tell you how well I played today, but just having a good time. But yeah, you always want to a certain degree, you're competing a little bit with whoever you're out there with.
For sure. With Jordan though too, it's you hear all that's almost like the legendary Augusta National stories. There's so many legendary Michael Jordan golf stories, playing 36 and then playing a playoff game, or drinking then playing a play. There's so many great stories of him gambling and playing, and I've spoken to a couple people that have played golf with him. He obviously is a Jupiter guy. I have a place down in Jupiter, so you
Right.
hear a lot of stories. He built his course, the Grove, 23. He played at the Bears Club for a while, lives at the Bears Club still, but plays up at the Grove, which is the course he built. And from all I've heard, I've not played it yet, but just an incredible atmosphere with just how it is up there. But I've talked to, obviously, James Pyatt, who won the USAM, played on the Live Tour. He's played with him, and he talked about beating him, and I think he won. I think he won a couple $100 off him or something. But can you how? And I said I was like, dude, that had to be so cool, Michael Jordan handing you money. I mean, and he said it was just a pleasure. It's so fun to play with him, and so like the trash talking, the competitiveness, just that'd be so cool. And then also we've spoken to Ben and Chad, who have not played with him, but have played the Grove and know a lot of people that have played with him as well. And they have some great stories about just how competitive he is out there, and guys that want to play with him and stuff.
If I were James, I would, all jokes aside, I would get a scorecard, get a tee, get a ball marker, and then take that couple $100 in cash and put it in a frame. And
I gotta ask him. I forget
great,
how much it was, but yeah.
I mean, if it only a couple $100, I mean, God, that'd be awesome. Just frame it. I took that money directly out of Michael Jordan's pocket, and maybe there's
cool.
a photo of the day or whatever it may be. I would absolutely have that in the man cave.
I just, I've always been a LeBron guy, and I still, I still think that what LeBron's doing right now, and at his age, it's just the talent. One of the.
Well, yeah, but MJ's better.
If you don't think LeBron is the greatest of all time, and you think Jordan is fine, that's not a hill I'm going to die on. But the argument that I will die on is those are the 2 best players of all time. Period. And I don't even think it's close with what LeBron's done and his longevity. But
so you for sure think he's top 5 all time?
I think he's top 2.
Okay.
LeBron and Jordan. Yeah, LeBron and Jordan are the 2 best players of all time. It's not even close. It really isn't close in my opinion at all. And don't sell me on Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain or Kobe. Don't sell Shaq. Those guys are great. Top 10. They're not number 1 and 2. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Where was I going with that?
I'm not sure.
Where was I going with LeBron and Jordan? How did I even get on LeBron?
It's so easy to just, you bring up LeBron and MJ, just debate and just have opinion.
I know. I'm really
embrace debate.
See, I got going on LeBron. I was really trying to figure out what I was going to say, but I think I was going to say that again. I've always been a LeBron guy, but even the past several years, I have and I do not like all the crap that LeBron's done politically, but we're not going to go there. But the past several years, I've really realized just maybe it was The Last Dance, just the legend of Jordan and the competitiveness and the mindset and the killer instinct. I mean, I have so much respect for him.
The psychology.
Yeah, right.
You know, I
Right.
mean, Phil basically, I mean, he was, MVP, leading scorer in the league, statistics galore. And Phil Jackson comes in and goes, do you want to win or do you want to continue to win scoring titles? And Jordan essentially takes that as an opportunity. I mean, God, we even use it in our business. You want to build up the team. You want to, give responsibility to others, empower other people. That's literally all he did. He took a bunch of guys who, let's be honest, wouldn't have been very good on other teams, but he elevated them and worked with them and invested in them, I would say, even, over the years, so that when their time came, when they needed to hit a shot late because he had 3 defenders on him, they were ready to go.
Right.
Like that, there is, I understand the debate, not that we're doing that, but when it comes to MJ and just how good he is and was, I get that.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
ultimate
incredible.
teammate, in addition to just being this insane superstar who, if he wanted to, he could score 70 a game.
Yep.
And he almost
Nuts.
did. Yeah.
But yeah, obviously crazy to play for $45,000 a hole. And again, I'm sure he's played for more than that as well, because that's nothing to him. And he plays every day from what I've heard. And God, that's a guy, he'd be right up there in terms of guys I'd love to tee it up with if you had your dream foursome, so to speak. Who would be in that should be a whole other video, who your dream foursome would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guys, obviously comment below. What's the most you've ever played for? Be curious that, and obviously just your thoughts on Michael Jordan as a golfer and all that he's doing.